Shout out to everybody here. My name is Samuel James Price, the Crypto Lifer, and every single day I give you the news. 3 big news articles or waves in the market that are going to affect your day. I'm telling you right now, CPI was big today. The data came out Tuesday, March 14th. Everybody was waiting, but we had a lot more fireworks this weekend with the banks collapsing. CPI inflation rate slows to 6% in February, but prices post strong monthly gain. Inflation eased for the 8th straight month in February as a slowing rise in food costs offset a bump in gasoline prices and another spike in rent. But price increases rose sharply again on the monthly basis, fueling concerns that a steady pullback in inflation at the end of last year had stalled. Consumer price increased 6% from a year earlier, down from 6.4% in January and a 40-year high of 9.1% in June, according to the Labor Department Consumer Price Index. That marked the smallest annual gain since September of 2021. On a monthly basis, though, price advanced 0.4%, following a 0.5% increase in January. Previously, monthly cost increase has slid to 0.1% to 0.2%. Core CPI versus CPI. Core prices, which exclude volatile food energy items and better reflect longer trends, increased 0.5% from January, falling 0.5% bump. The previous 2 months, that lowered the annual increase from 5.6% to 5.5%. All else equal, the resurgence of the faster inflation might have led the Federal Reserve to approve a 0.5-point interest rate increase next week after gradually moderating the pace of its hikes to 0.25 point. But some top economists say the collapse of Silicon Valley and the rate risks to the financial system posed other troubled regional banks could lead the Fed to pause its hiking campaign or lift rates by 0.25 point at the most. The stress has spiked in the banking system, but the Fed is still highly focused on taming inflation, said Ryan Sweet, chief U.S. economist of Oxford Economics. Some guy, right? Some guy. So Fed Chair Powell said he's the most concerned about supercore inflation, a new term to describe prices for underlying services, excluding housing, which he says are mostly fueled by pay increase and could be tougher to bring down. Supercore inflation rose by 2% last month and is almost up 7% from a year ago. Stocks actually bounced too. We're going to take a look at that. Rent inflation. Rent continued to be the biggest driver of inflation, soaring 0.8% on the month. So, yes, I mean, things are still going up for the average American. Things are still going up in price for the average American. Bank runs, the first sign the Fed broke something. Bank runs are problematic in today's financial system due to fractional reserve banking. Under this system, only a fraction of the bank's deposits must be available for withdrawal. In this system, banks only keep a specific amount of cash on hand and create loans from deposits it receives. The second you put $100 in the bank, they loan out $90 and only keep 10 of it. They don't keep your money. They loan it out. Your money is not there. Your money's only there when you ask for it. If everybody asked for it, the money would not be there. This is a known concept. I'm not trying to scare you. This is a known concept. While higher rates increase consumer borrowing costs, they also negatively impact banking capital, as notes above. Yeah, so he can raise rates, but then the banks have less access to money because the money's more expensive. A smaller bank can't afford it because they can't, when you do this, what I believe they're going to do is try to kill the smaller banks. I read a little deep dive theory 7-8 years ago that they wanted to consolidate the wealth into the central banks. They don't want your Citibank. They don't want your Chase Bank. They want an IMF and they want a World Bank. They only want 4 to 5 banks to run the whole world. They want wealth consolidated. Then they want you on a CBDC. They want a new world order. They want to take control. You know it. I know it. We see it happening. All right. This going on is just something that's going to continue. I got into Bitcoin for these reasons because I knew that in the long term, the people playing with your money never truly cared about you. Bitcoin has no person, so you care about yourself, and Bitcoin rides with you. It is what it is. The second you enter a bank, you're entering into some other person's ideal or belief system. The person that created that bank, he might have his employees act a certain way. He might be rude. There may be an energy source that you're attaching yourself to. Every business has an energy source, just like mine. I'm the one who created my business. No matter what business you're in, understand that concept. So when you buddy up with a bank, you're also butting up with some energies, maybe energies that you can't see and that you maybe not want to be a part of. Another thing, Web3 service, Unstoppable Domains, and Polygon Labs roll out Polygon Domains. The new tool will allow users to expand their digital identity across 750 decentralized applications, games, and metaverses on the Polygon network. And that's the idea. You want to eventually make a Web3 identity and travel the internet with your Web3 identity. We shouldn't be logging into every single website. Every site should be Web3 compatible, and they should be able to log into my wallet. I should be able to pay for anything I want and ship it to my house through my wallet. That should be the easiest way. So I travel as the wallet, and I interact with websites and connect to them, just like we do in DeFi. DeFi is Web3. That's how you're going to act. You're not going to go to websites and log in with your name and password. You're going to have an actual identity that you connect throughout the internet. This is where we're going. This is where we headed. Polygon gets it. Unstoppable Domains gets it. I have my unstoppable domain. Do you? And that is the news for the day, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on into the news, as there was a lot of big information there too. Polygon making big waves. Actually might give it a bit of a pump in the next couple of weeks too, as you can see that it's continuing to grow and continue to be in the news. Thank you so much for watching. This is the news segment every single day, and I'll catch you on my live stream 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the charts.